Good morning, my beautiful Virgo. I can feel that there is a heaviness in your heart today, a weight that has been sitting on your chest, making it hard to breathe, making it hard to think clearly. There is a decision that is looming over you, a choice that you have been avoiding, a moment of truth that you have been pushing further and further into the future because the thought of making it feels absolutely overwhelming. And I want you to know that it is okay. It is more than okay to not want to choose right now. It is completely valid, completely understandable, and completely human to feel like you are not ready, like you do not have all the information, like the stakes are too high and the pressure is too much. You do not have to have everything figured out today. You do not have to make a decision that you are not ready to make. And I need you to give yourself permission to just breathe, to just be, to just exist in this moment without forcing yourself to have all the answers. Now, I know that Virgos are known for their analytical nature, for their need to understand everything fully before they can commit to anything. You like to have all the facts, all the data, all the possible outcomes laid out before you so you can make the most informed decision possible. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It is one of your greatest strengths. It has saved you from many mistakes and many heartaches. But right now, it is also becoming a source of stress and anxiety because the decision you are facing is not one that can be made with logic alone. It is a decision that requires you to trust your heart, to trust your intuition, to trust something that goes beyond what you can see and measure and analyze. And that is terrifying for someone who likes to have control. I feel that there is a specific situation in your life right now that is causing this overwhelm. It could be a relationship, it could be a career choice, it could be a major life change, it could be something that involves another person and their expectations of you. Whatever it is, the pressure to choose, to decide, to commit is weighing heavily on you. People might be asking you what you want to do, what you are going to do, when you are going to do it. They might be looking at you with expectant eyes, waiting for an answer that you simply do not have right now. And that pressure, that expectation, it is making you want to retreat, to hide, to push everyone away, just so you can have a moment of peace to think. But here is the thing, my beautiful Virgo. You are not obligated to make a decision just because other people want you to. You are not obligated to rush into something just because the timing feels right to someone else. You are the one who has to live with the consequences of this choice. You are the one who has to carry the weight of it. You are the one who has to navigate the path that follows. And if you are not ready, if you do not feel certain, if you need more time, then you have every right to take that time. This is your life, your journey, your heart, and you get to move at your own pace. I can sense that there is a fear that is driving this hesitation, a fear of making the wrong choice, a fear of regretting whatever you decide, a fear of disappointing yourself or someone else. Maybe you have made choices in the past that did not turn out the way you hoped, and that experience has made you more cautious, more hesitant, more afraid to trust your own judgment. Maybe you are worried that if you choose one path, you will close the door on another path that might have been better. Maybe you are afraid that no matter what you choose, you will end up hurting someone or being hurt yourself. And those fears are real, they are valid, and they deserve to be acknowledged and respected. But I want to tell you something that I hope will bring you some comfort. There is no such thing as a perfect choice. There is no decision that comes with a guarantee of happiness and no risk. Every choice involves some level of uncertainty, some level of vulnerability, some level of faith, and that is okay. That is part of being human. You do not have to be 100% certain before you make a move. You do not have to have every single detail worked out before you take a step forward. Sometimes you just have to trust that you will figure things out as you go, that you will adapt and learn and grow no matter which path you end up on. I also want to talk about the people who are pressuring you, the ones who are waiting for an answer, the ones who might be growing impatient with your indecision. It is important to recognize that their urgency is about them, not about you. They might have their own fears, their own insecurities, their own timelines that they are projecting onto you. They might be afraid of losing you, afraid of missing an opportunity, afraid of things not working out the way they want, but those are their feelings to manage, not yours. You are not responsible for their comfort or their peace of mind. You are responsible for your own. And right now, that means honoring your need for time and space. There is something about this situation that I feel is being rushed, that there is an artificial urgency being created that is not actually necessary. It might feel like you have to decide right now, like the window of opportunity is closing, like if you do not act immediately, you will lose your chance. But I want to invite you to question that urgency. Is it really as urgent as it seems? Or is it being manufactured by fear, by pressure, by the expectations of others? Sometimes when we are feeling overwhelmed, we create false deadlines for ourselves because we think that making a decision, any decision, is better than being stuck in the uncertainty. But that is not always true. Sometimes making the wrong decision is worse than making no decision at all. I can feel that you are in a period of transition right now, a time of growth and change where nothing is clear and everything feels uncertain. And that is exactly why you do not want to choose right now. Your soul knows that you are not ready, that there is more information you need, more clarity you need, more healing you need before you can make a choice that is truly aligned with your highest good. Your heart is wise and it is telling you to slow down, to be patient, to wait until the path becomes clear before you step forward. And I want you to listen to that wisdom. I also want to address the possibility that you might be feeling guilty about not choosing. Maybe you think that you should have it all figured out by now, that you should be more decisive, that you are letting people down by being uncertain. But I want you to release that guilt. You are doing the best you can with what you have right now. You are navigating a complex situation with limited information and a lot of emotions, and that is hard. Anyone would struggle with that. The fact that you are taking the time to really consider your options, to really listen to your heart, to really make sure that whatever you decide is right for you, that is a sign of strength, not weakness. I feel that there is also a part of you that is afraid to choose because you are afraid of hurting someone. Maybe there are multiple people involved or multiple options, and you are worried that choosing one will mean rejecting another, and you do not want to cause pain. That is a heavy burden to carry. But I want you to understand that you cannot make everyone happy. You cannot avoid causing disappointment. It is simply not possible. And trying to do so will only leave you feeling drained and resentful. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to be honest about where you are, even if that honesty causes temporary pain. It is better to be truthful than to lead someone on or make a choice out of obligation. So, what do you do right now? What do you do when you do not want to choose and you feel like everyone is waiting for an answer? First, you give yourself permission to not choose. You tell yourself that it is okay, that you are allowed to take the time you need, that your timeline does not have to align with anyone else's. You set boundaries with the people who are pressuring you, gently but firmly letting them know that you are not ready to decide and you need space to process. You stop putting pressure on yourself to have all the answers and you start trusting that the clarity will come when it is meant to come. Second, you focus on what you do know. You might not know what you want to choose, but you know what you do not want. You might not know the exact path forward, but you know how you want to feel. You might not know all the details, but you know your values, your priorities, your non-negotiables, and that knowledge can guide you. When you are feeling overwhelmed by the big decision, break it down into smaller pieces. Focus on what you can control, on the steps you can take right now, rather than the huge leap that feels impossible. Third, you lean into self-care. You do things that nourish your soul, that calm your mind, that remind you of who you are outside of this decision. You spend time with people who do not pressure you, who love you just as you are, whether you have it all figured out or not. You do things that make you happy, that bring you peace, that help you reconnect with yourself. Because when you are grounded and centered, when you are taking care of yourself, you are much better able to make decisions that are right for you. I also want to say something about divine timing. The universe does not rush. The universe does not operate on a timeline that is dictated by human fear or pressure. Everything happens in its own time, at its own pace, when the conditions are right. And if you are not ready to choose right now, that is a sign that the timing is not right. Trust that. Trust that when the time is right, when you have the clarity you need, when the path is clear, you will know. You will feel it in your bones. You will not have to force it. It will just be obvious. I can feel that there is a voice inside you, a quiet voice that knows exactly what you want. It is there underneath all the noise, underneath all the fear and doubt and pressure. It is waiting for you to get quiet enough to hear it. And that is what you need right now. Not more analysis, not more pros and cons, not more opinions from other people. You need stillness. You need silence. You need to tune out everything and everyone and just listen to yourself. That is where the answer is waiting. So, my beautiful Virgo, do not feel guilty for not wanting to choose right now. Do not let anyone rush you. Do not make a decision out of fear or obligation. Take the time you need. Be gentle with yourself and trust that when the time is right, you will know exactly what to do. You are wise, you are strong, and you are capable of making the right choice for yourself. You just need to give yourself the space to get there. I am sending you so much love and so much peace. Trust yourself, trust the process, and know that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Bye-bye for now.